So the Philadelphia Eagles are 4-0. It feels good. I can say that again. The Philadelphia Eagles are 4-0. It sounds good, babe. Can you say it? The Philadelphia Eagles are what?
4-0.
It just sounds good no matter who says it. I am very excited to talk about yesterday's game, and I think a lot of people are excited about what this Eagles team has become. And yes, we are in a car. Don't judge me. Let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and it is Philly, the podcast. Like I said, I am in the car. I got things to do, but I wanted to get a video out, so this is what y'all get, man. Y'all should love it. You know what I'm saying? That's dedication right there. Spell it. D-E-D-ication. That's what that is, and you gotta love it. Before we get into all this, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. We would love for you guys to join that ride. So, babe, I want you to say one more time. The Eagles are what?
4-0.
It sounds better every time you say. I'm telling you, the Eagles look really good. I will say this right now. I said prior to yesterday's game, whether it was on, my 3-hour-long show on the callsports.com, go check it out every Saturday, 6 to 9, small plug, or if it was on Best of Enemies on Sundays, right, that I do with Big Game James. I said this was going to be a tough game. This was not going to be a walk all over him game. This was not going to be something that Doug Peterson came in and just laid down and died to us. He wasn't going to do that. He wanted to go out there and he wanted to win. We wanted to go out there. We wanted to win. There was ugly weather. There was a lot of things against us. Obviously started off very slow offensively and defensively, down 14-0. But I said it then and I'll say it again. I am going to be unbearable if we came back from that win. And guess what we did? We were down 14-0 and came all the way back. We scored 29 points to their 7 after that 14-0 start that they had. And look, the Jaguars are a team that I'm not sitting here saying, oh, we just beat a Super Bowl contender. We just beat a team that's going to take it all the way. Oh, this is the team that we needed to beat. This proves so much. No, but it's the game inside the game. And I've been said that Jalen Hurts didn't have crazy numbers as a passer. Jalen Hurts really didn't have crazy numbers as a runner either. He made some plays, but at the end of the day, he did what he had to do for this team to move up and down the field when it mattered. I am very proud of this team, man, especially the offense and especially I guess that's this whole team. I said especially. I guess I'm just not proud of the special teams right now. I like Britton Covey though, but Sippis is, he needs to get a little bit better. But anyways, we're going to keep this positive. So I'm very proud of this offense and defense. Obviously the offense, they started off slow. You give up the interception. It feels like things are just kind of spiraling at that moment. You can just kind of, I don't want to say even give up, but you can definitely hold your head down and be like, oh, darn, everything's just not working today. Just might not be our day. That's not what happened. This defense stepped up. They were able to make some key turnovers, right? Especially the one that ended the game. And Hassan Reddick, I think, said it best. I think a lot of people are, somebody just almost got into an accident. They ain't even looking. You saw that? Hassan Reddick said it best. Hassan Reddick said, look, both teams were facing the same things when it came to the weather. Both teams had to make do with what they had. And at the end of the day, right, the Eagles didn't have 2 of their top 3 cornerbacks, right? We didn't have Jordan Mailata. And I think somebody else got hurt. I could be wrong. But either way, you lost some key pieces to your team. You were going out there with Josiah Scott getting a lot of reps, right? Zach McPherson getting a lot of reps. This wasn't a game that if you lost, you wouldn't have an excuse, right? If we lost this game, people definitely would have looked back and been like, we need Slay, we need Avonte Maddox. I still feel like we need them. Don't get me wrong. They are still huge parts of what this team is. But at the end of the day, we can make it by. We can make it past a game or two without having them. That is big to know. And not just that, like I said, just the emotion of being able to come back down 14-0. You're going against your old coach, Doug Peterson, right? You're facing a situation that you have not had to face yet, and you came out of it unscathed, right? You can say that it was tough for a little while, but at the end of the day, you made do with what you had, and you did what you had to do. I really have no other way of saying it. Some games are going to be ugly. Some games are going to be beautiful. Some games you're going to go out there and win, 45-0. Some games it's going to be 13-10. It doesn't matter. You just have to find a way to win, and I'm happy that the Philadelphia Eagles were able to do that. This is a game that you can build off of, right? Again, I talked about the first week like this. The first week you had a lot of good tape to break down, a lot of things to look at positively and negatively, and kind of learn from it. This is another game that you have that I do feel like Doug Peterson knew what he was going to do when he came in here. The first, 14, 15 plays were scripted like beautifully. Defensively, they did very well as well, shooting people at Jordan Mailata's spot. Once he came out, they really tested that side, and that's what you want to do as a defense. But offensively, Doug Peterson knew what our weaknesses were. Doug Peterson wasn't attacking our secondary. And once he saw that ZELLE was out, I think that he tried to take a couple more shots, but, our guys really stepped up. But early on, you could tell that the plan was to try to attack the middle of this defensive line, see if they're going to be able to stop the run and attack our linebackers. And it was working for a little while. But look, everybody played their position. Everybody stepped up when it was necessary. This was a full team win. This really was. We've had a lot of different wins, 4 games, and I think that we've won them all in different types of ways, right? You look at the Detroit Lions game. Although we were blowing them out, it became close, right? We weren't a 4-quarter team in that game. You look at the next game, Minnesota. We kind of handed them their butts. I ain't gonna cap. That was a blowout. And you could say the same thing about Washington, even though our offense didn't go insane. It was like one really good quarter, and then after that, we were just kind of sluggish, and we just made do. But this game was a real scrappy, This is the type of game that you're going to look back at, right? You look back at the 2017 season, and you look at that Giants game where we were barely able to win. While we obviously won more handedly than we did in that one, that kind of showed our umph, right? That kind of showed like that we have something in us that even if it's not going right, we're going to be able to go out there and perform. This is the same type of game to me. I feel like you're going to look back at this game, whether it be at the end of this season, whether it be in the playoffs, whether it be a couple of years down, and say these guys really showed who they were in this game. So I'm very excited, and shout out to the Jaguars, man. The Jaguars played a hell of a game. I just think this shows how good we really are. I really do feel like that. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles really showed who the heck they are. I think a lot of teams should be nervous about who the Philadelphia Eagles are because this team loves each other. They're actual family, and not just that, they are executing to the highest level. They really are. And the last thing I want to talk about is people were on the fence. I'll say that much. People were on the fence about how Nick Sirianni went for it on that last 4th down. It's funny because my girl even asked, she was like, why go for it? Why not just take the field goal? And both answers, look, at the end of the day, it makes sense to go ahead and take your points. It does, and we were up 2 scores. You think to yourself, the game can be over if you hit this field goal. They still have to go and try and drive down the field. There's still a minute chance that they can score twice within that, I think it was 2 minutes left. There was still a minute chance. Don't get me wrong. My whole thought process is end the game on your terms. If we get that 1st down, the game is over, right? Obviously, it didn't matter that we didn't get it because we did end up getting the turnover, and Hassan Reddick basically won that game for us, which is beautiful. But at the end of the day, end the game on your terms. The possibility that you get injured in victory formation compared to your defense having to go back out there for a whole nother series is obviously astronomically higher, right? It's way higher to get injured with your defense out there having to actually stop that offense. So I'm not mad at Nick Sirianni not getting that play. I like the play call. I like that you put it in Jalen Hurts' hand. I like everything about it. I mean, maybe you can call something different and it would have worked, maybe, but hindsight is 2020. So I like everything I saw from that, and I think that's going to be who we are. That's what we're going to do down the stretch. I think that if games are within our hands, within our grasp, and the offense has a chance to finish the game on their own terms, I think that's what they'll do. So I wasn't mad at it. I was actually very ecstatic to see how aggressive he was. But other than that, man, that's really all I got to say right now. The Eagles are 4-0. Yeah, you can argue with your mom about it, man, because realistically, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you didn't play anybody, or it's barely, or this or that. I really don't care, man. Like, at the end of the day, we didn't make the schedule. We just play the schedule. We making our schedule look easy. That's what we're doing right now. So let them talk how they want to talk, and let's just enjoy this win. But tomorrow, probably either tomorrow or Wednesday, we are on to the Cardinals, and no looking back. But other than that, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this win. How do you feel about the Eagles? What does this say about the Eagles? But yeah, y'all know what it is, man. It is fly, Eagles fly. And we are out of here. You want to say peace?
Peace. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
fly, Eagles flying. You on the team, touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling the Philly, the podcast. And we can call a man dog, or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season head, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.